He's going to let the big banks once again write their own rules. Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
And now Vice Presidential candidate Paul Ryan firing back, calling the Vice President's remarks desperate. Mia Love is the mayor of Saratoga Springs, Utah, and she is running for Congress. She joins us. Nice to see you, Mayor.
Nice to see you, Greta.
All right, so Mayor, you have some problems with, I know a lot of people do with the Vice President's comments. What's your objection?
Well, I have to tell you, I'm not a victim, and Joe Biden's comments certainly do not affect me. However, I think it's time for Americans to stand up and say, we're not going to allow this administration to divide us any longer. We're not going to allow them to ignite hatred among fellow Americans. We've got to stand up and say, we're not going to stand for this inappropriate language.
With the, just so you know, I'm sure you know, the Obama campaign has responded. Stephanie Cutter has said that the Vice President Biden was referencing comments by leading Republicans who say the support unshackling the private sector from, and it goes on and on. But that was the reference to it, that it was not meant in the context of anything sort of sinister or covert or meant to sort of divide.
Well, then, it's okay to disagree. So let's have a conversation about regulation. Let's talk about regulation. Why doesn't he talk about why regulation is good? Why? I mean, these comments, we know that they were meant to ignite hatred. We know that it was done for political gain. And I think it's time for the American people to say, this is not appropriate. And I think it's a disrespect to the office which he holds.
Give me your sort of impression of how this campaign so far is going. Step back and look at it. Both the election, the two sides.
The presidential election. Well, I think that Mitt Romney made a clear statement to the American people that he's going to focus on the economy, he's going to focus on issues, and he's going to focus on this debt that's looming over our children's head by picking Paul Ryan, who's been the leader of these issues. And so I think that there are a lot of people that are understanding what Mitt Romney is going to do and what his focus is going to be for the American people. So I support that, and I know Utah supports it also.
And let me turn to your campaign. I understand the Speaker of the House, John Boehner, has been helping out with you. What's been going on there?
Well, John Boehner came out. We're so happy that he came out to support this campaign. He knows that, my opponent came in with $1 million, and we've been able to raise money, stay toe-to-toe with him last quarter to raise money. But we've got to close that gap. We've got to make sure that we don't allow the outside interest groups, liberal groups, to come in and buy this race. And so he's making a statement, as I am, that everyone needs to get on board to help. Go to the website, do everything they can to make a clear statement to the president and those who support the president that we are no longer going to stand for these tactics. We're going to allow the economy to grow. We're going to create jobs. We're going to practice fiscal discipline and win our country back. This hope and change doesn't lie with Washington. It lies with us. And I need everyone to stand up with me. Now,
you're challenging an incumbent. This isn't an open seat. Is that right?
It's in an open seat, yes.
Yeah, it is an open seat.
He can't vote for himself. As a matter of fact, he lives in the 2nd district, and he's decided to jump into the 4th district. And I actually live in the 4th district, and we're going to make sure that we get the message out to the 4th district that we're going to make sure that we get the economy back in order. We're going to work on this debt, and we're going to instill personal responsibility back into the American people.
You're going to be at the convention in the next 2 weeks, Mayor?
We will. I'm a national delegate. Utah supports Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan, and I'm going to go and represent Utah in supporting Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan.
Mayor, thank you very much. We'll be in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.